You stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. And I am live right now. I am your host for I Am Smart, the Not Me quiz. The quiz where people look to improve their art through learning and strive to earn the right to say, I am smart. I don't know what that is. What is it? What is it? Is that because that's too bright? Is that because that's too bright? Yeah, it might be. We solved it. We've solved it, guys. The format of the quiz is very simple, very straightforward. I'm going to give you 3 rounds of questions. I'm going to give you 3 musings. I'm going to give you a bonus 2-point round at the end. There's 20 points up for grabs overall. What you're going to need for this quiz: something to write with, something to write on, a brain for thinking, and an imaginosphere for imagining. Both will be tested here. Optional is a beverage. It's a beverage. Beverage. Because whilst it's absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to join together to participate in a shared experience, a shared activity. Just unifies the group. Both quizmaster and quiz servants. That seems wrong. Before we go off. So let's kick things off with the toast. I have my beverage here. And I look forward to toasting with you. Here we go. To Greg P. Russell. Yeah, Greg P. Russell. Who's Greg P. Russell? Greg P. Russell. He is a Hollywood sound mixer. His resume includes the films Black Rain, The Rock, Con Air, The Mask of Zorro, Armageddon, The Patriot, Pearl Harbor, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Memoirs of a Geisha, Apocalypto, Transformers, Salt, Transformers 2, Transformers 3, Skyfall, and 13 Hours, the film about Benghazi. All of those films are incredible films. All of those films are films that Greg received an Academy Award nomination for. But he's never won. 16 nominations, 0 victories. Greg teaches us that the joy of art is in the creation and not in the recognition. Although I'm sure if you did ask him, he'd probably say, be lovely to win one. Just one. Be lovely to win one. To Greg. 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 Hello, Smarties. Who have we got? Cameraman George? Definitely not Duda. Hello to you guys. It is, of course, ladies and gents, Smarties of all ages, the most anticipatory day before the most glittering night in the cinematic year. It's Oscars Day today, guys. The definitive barometer by which all movies are judged. Tonight we will find out which films are the absolute, unchallengeable best films of the year, that were released last year, and then probably made the year before that. So these are the best films that were made in 2020, which, as we remember, was the year the pandemic hit. So we've got a great night to look forward to. A lot of very brave boys and girls making whatever they could with whatever they had. And to celebrate, we are going to be potentially dealing with some very Oscar-specific trivia. Why potentially? Well, because it is all, of course, up to last week's or last episode's high point scorer, T.B. Douglas. I've created 3 rounds themed on the Oscars. TB can choose to pick one of those rounds, can choose to pick 2 of those rounds, can choose to pick all 3 of those rounds. Or TB can pick another non-Oscars round, and we'll ignore it entirely, and we'll just pick the random ones, and maybe we'll get one, maybe we won't. I mean, it's Oscars stuff, so it's all going to be good for subsequent weeks as well. I will say the minute to win it is on the theme of the Oscars, so we're going to get some Oscars content, definitely, but we might get more. So here are the SJ Beck 72. Lovely to have you. Lovely to have you, SJ Beck 72. That's fantastic. What have we got for our rounds here? Hoot Ad Artiste, Odd One Out, Anagram a Ding Dong, Red Herring, Gimme 5, Alphabart, Movie Ladder, Spotlight Nart, Haikusday, IKTV, I know that voice, or Song Lyrics. You'll notice 3 of these have asterisks next to them. 3 of them have asterisks next to them. They are the 3 that have Oscars connotations. Obviously, Movie Ladder is about movies. We can't get away from that, certainly. But those 3 are... I mean, it's a shame because TB Douglas doesn't seem to be in the chat. Very rare for TB not to be here. So if TB isn't here, then maybe we'll just pick ourselves. Nana Hobop, starting my minute to win it entries now. Steven Spielberg, Halle Berry, Martin Scorsese. Maybe Nana. That is a very bold start. And that is to your credit, Nana. That is to your credit. TB Douglas, I'm here. Okay, wonderful. That was all about to be a little bit awkward. So TB, you can choose... you can choose 3 definite categories. You can, if you want an entirely Oscars-themed vibe, you can choose Odd One Out, Gimme 5, and Haikusday. If you want to choose 2 of them, you choose 2 of them. If you want to choose 1 of them, choose 1 of them. If you want to choose 1 of the others, that's entirely up to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Your right and privilege, as the high point scorer from the last episode, is to choose what rounds we do. You get a little bit more say this time. And then if not, we'll dive into the round selector. So TB, what have you got for us? What are we going to be doing today, TB? What are we going to be doing today? Odd One Out, yeah. Haikusday, yeah. Gimme 5. Okay, so those are the 3, yeah. Let's do all Oscars ones. TB's all in for the Oscars, guys. All in for the Oscars. Hooray for Hollywood. So let's have a look. Let's see what we're doing with our... So Gimme 5. Oh, that's a shame. They're kind of similar. Okay, so maybe we'll do one of those first and one of those at the end, and I'll have to decide which one's which. Should we do that? Yeah, wait, what are we doing? Haikusday. Oh, Haikusday, that's the other one. Yeah, okay. So we're going to start with... Let's start with Haikusday. Let's do it. Let's quiz. Wow. Notme looked very happy there that it was going to be Haikusday. As I am, because Haikusday is always a great round, because it just allows me to show off some of my skills. And that's kind of a thing that I love to do. Ladies and gentlemen, poems are great because they don't exactly say what they mean, you know? You'll read a poem and it seems like it's about winter, but then you need to interpret it properly to know that it's actually about the importance of cleaning a cut finger immediately and thoroughly to avoid infection. That's poetry. So I've written 5 poems here, and you just need to tell me what they are about. They are all on a topic, and the topic this episode is Best Picture Winners Since 2000. So these can only be one of, 21 films? And I don't think I even picked one for the 2000s. So 20 films. 20 films. That's all we've got to pick from here. We're going to be doing a quarter of them right here. You just need to remember what they are. But it's going to be really easy because I'm great at poems. Let's just start right now. Haiku number 1. Why is it racist? Because the black guy is smart and the driver ain't. There we go. What best picture nominee or winner? Gosh, not nominees. Get out of here with your nominees. This is about winners, baby. We're dealing with winners. Which best picture winner is this haiku expertly referencing? Why is it racist? Because the black guy's smart and the driver ain't. Nana Hobbob thinking Kangol hats on. Will Sam Jackson get a reference here? Who knows? Woohoo! It's not for me to say, not at this point. Wait till we go through the answers, guys. Haiku number 2. He's an evil man who murders with a gas tank. And what a haircut. What a haircut. What film is this referencing? Best Picture. One Best Picture. This was officially the best film in a year. Of all the films that came out that year, this was the best one. What a haircut. Yeah, haircut plays a big part in this one. Plays a big part in this one. And I know my haircuts. I do this one myself. Haiku number 3, and please let me know if I'm going too quickly. Haiku number 3, she's deaf and in love, who teaches us a lesson, don't sex a fish man. This one, there's not that many that this one could be, but you'll have to remember which film it is and what the name of it is. Maybe that'll trip you up. Who knows? I'm just going to take these off. Don't need it. Definitely not Duda. Maybe my favorite poem of all time. That's what I provide here. It's teaching you, and it's giving you that appreciation. It's like walking through some kind of art gallery. Deaf and in love, who teaches us a lesson. Don't sex a fish man. Number 4 is Razzle Dazzle with untrustworthy women in fishnet stockings. This is a film, guys, that won Best Picture. Was it 2001? It certainly wasn't earlier than that. Let's say that. Haikus with a message, says Nana Hobbob. Absolutely. It's like an episode of Inspector Gadget. Yeah, you're entertained, but by the end of it, you think, maybe I shouldn't litter. Maybe littering is for bad guys. And then haiku number 5, the final haiku with a message here. Racism is bad, and we're all different races. Makes you think, kinda. Wow. 2 of them about racism. It has been the abiding concern of Hollywood over the last 20 years, I would say. A lot of films coming out about racism. A lot of articles about how the Oscars are racist as well. Gosh, I wonder if that will be the case this evening as well. This is not getting a little bit fuzzy around the beard, green screen wise. It's weird because let me tell you, this isn't green. I don't know what's going on there. Green beard. Maybe I'm getting rusty. So those are your 5 haikus. Those are your 5 questions. But that's not the end of the round. Gotta be amusing. What's the musing? Picture movie that would definitely be nominated for Best Picture. That would definitely be nominated for Best Picture. Just pitch it. Give me as many details as you can, or as you like. Let's say that. As many details as you like. If you want to go all in, feel free to go all in. If you want to cast it, feel free to cast it. If you just want to give me a title and a log line maybe, that's absolutely fine. Give me a title and a tagline maybe from the poster. That's fine as well. This is about using your imaginosphere. Dive into the cool blue waters of the imaginosphere. And then get out of the pool or reservoir, if that's what your imaginosphere is, and then just tell me what was in there. Maybe it's like you dive in, and there's like messages under the water, and you say, "Oh right, okay, yeah, starring. Oh yeah, that would win That would be nominated for Best Picture. I don't need this to win, guys. I need this to be nominated. And just write it where you've been writing your answers. Don't put it in the chat yet. We'll get to that later, guys. We'll get to that later. Gosh, how are we all doing? That's the first round done. That's the first round done, guys. Are we excited for the Oscars? Are we going to be watching the Oscars? Obviously, people in the outside of the United States, probably not, vis-a-vis time difference. I myself won't be as clued up as previous years because I've got a full-time job, guys. It's been harder this year to watch as many of the films as possible. So I'll be going in a little bit ignorant, which is to my discredit, and I'll hold my hands up to that. But again, I'll also say, I've got a full-time job, guys. It's difficult, okay? There's only so many hours in the day. Nana Hobbob, doing pretty well. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. Any more than that is a bonus. TB Douglas, I'm excited. I'll be watching, although I think it won't be as good as previous years. Interesting, TB. Why not? What makes you say that, TB? What makes you say that? Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? That's a bit better. Just needs to be brighter. Yeah, why did you say that, TB? Not as good as previous years. That's a shame. That's a shame. I hope it will be. I hope it will be. What other round have we got? Let's go gimme 5. Let's make it nice and easy. Let's go gimme 5. Let's do it. 5. Yeah, 5. TB Douglas, I think the films were not as good this year with COVID interruptions. Yeah, as I alluded to in my introduction, these are all films that would have been made mid-pandy. And so wouldn't surprise me that there's a lot more of your, kitchen sink dramas, as I believe they're referred to, very, very mundane, very domestic dramas in there. I feel like my hair's pretty floppy today, and I am enjoying it. Give me 5. Yeah, why is that not coming up, cameraman George? Why is that not coming up? It should be, shouldn't it? That's strange. That is strange. Why is it not working? Kitchen sink drama, yeah, that's not working either. I mean, I didn't set that one up, so that one would be more remarkable if it did work. But still, gosh. Guys, in art, one good work is never enough. The public, the money, the algorithm always want more. Yeah, so in this round, I'm going to ask you one question, but I'm going to expect 5 answers. It's unreasonable. Sure, of course it is. But then so is The Voice reality TV show airing twice a year since 2012. It's on for 2/3 of the entire year. But it has, in that time, produced such timeless stars as Alison Porter, Bryn Cartelli, Maylin Jarman and Cam Anthony. Superstars, one and all. So I'm going to ask you one question. I just need 5 answers from you. I just need 5 answers from you. That's all I need, guys. That's all I need. And the question I'm asking you is, give me 5 Academy Award acting nominees from the 2021 ceremony. So this is last year's ceremony. Just give me 5 people who were nominated for Academy Awards for acting. Best actor, best actress, best supporting actor, best supporting actress. Again, we've got 20 possibilities here. 20 possibilities. I don't need 20. I don't even need 10. Just give me 5. Give me 5. It's tricky. It's tricky. And let me just have a little look at why the thing's not working. Or maybe do some music while we think. We'll do some music while we think. Yeah. Lost connection. Why is this saying it's unstable? Why is this saying it's unstable? The connection's unstable. Why is it saying that? Why is it saying that? Why? How could it possibly say that when I am Etherneted? Let's turn this music off. Let's turn this music off. Ethernet connected. Yeah, that's all fine. That's all fine. I don't even have time to do that now. Why? Oh. Sometimes, guys, you do wonder. Sometimes, if you're anything like me, you do wonder, why do I bother? Why do I bother? My word. My word. So I hope you've done well with that one. Is anybody seeing anything right now? Is anybody with me? Are you with me? Can somebody confirm that you are with me? Am I just talking to myself here? Is that what's happening? It's coming back, says Nana. Okay, that's good. There's literally no reason for it to be bitty. The cable, if I could show you the cable right now, it's this blue cable. It snakes all the way through the flat, plugs into the thing. Lovely. We are with you. Good. Let's have a musing. What statement would you make in your Academy Award acceptance speech? Now, I'm going to open this up a little bit. I was struggling with the wording of this. With this, I just want you to tell me, just give me some details. You can let me know who you would thank. You can let me know if you would make it kind of gimmicky in any way. What would people remember if somebody said, oh, remember when Nana Hobob won the Oscar for Best Documentary Short? What would they? Oh, that was the speech that. Would you make a political statement? Would you do some kind of riff? Would you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Just give me some details. Give me some deets on the speech. Speech deets. That's what I'm looking for. Seems to be a big delay. Says definitely. It's fine. It's fine. The internet in Hell's Kitchen is too gritty for a smooth connection. It could be. And the trouble with that is, I live in Hell's Kitchen. So that's not an easy thing for me to rectify. If it's a bad cable, my God, if it's a bad cable, I'll buy another cable. Even if it's a bad computer, I could save up my pennies. And we're back to excellent for the connection now. But if it's buying another flat, then we've got some problems. My word. My word. I'll blame Twitch as well. I'm always happy to blame Twitch. Always happy to blame Twitch. Here's your musing. Let's get back to May. My word. And I had some technical difficulties early doors as well before we started. About at 9 minutes to, the Streamlabs OBS, the program that I use to run all of this, just shut down. It was there, and then it just, bang, just gone. And I understand that these things are sent to kind of fortify us, to kind of give us strength and allow us to callous our skin somewhat so that we may be better able to deal with the blows that we receive from everyday life. But sometimes I just think, wouldn't it be lovely to just have a smooth show? A smooth show where the internet is bang on, where the computer is just like purring like a cat or very expensive car. Seems like that's beyond capability. So we've got one more round, and it's a picture round, so it's nice and fun. Odd one out. Do we not even have because of the thing. Okay, we're gonna do that differently. Because odd one out. There he is. There's the odd one out. We did it. Odd one out, nice and simple. Is this gonna... Let's give it a try. Not doing it again. For no reason. Odd one out, nice and simple. It is a very good skill to be able to find the weirdo in a group of people, guys. Very, very good skill. Because that weirdo, like Bjork, is likely to be the one that ends up as an exceptionally talented artiste. So I'm going to present you with a group of 4. I need you to tell me who or what they are, then find the weirdo so that you can befriend them before they become famous. So here's our cue. Bang. So each of these is an actor. First, questions 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just tell me who they are. And then you need to find the odd one out. Obviously, there are odd one outs anyway. European, American, for instance. But this is to do with the Oscars. So what Oscar odd one out is there? And I had to noodle around with these quite a while before I could... There was originally another lineup, but then I thought, well, technically this is an Oscar-based odd one out that isn't the right one that I want. So ultimately, I'm going to give the answer that I thought of. But if you can think of another valid and good Oscar odd one out, absolutely feel free and let me know afterwards, and we'll see what we've got. But who are these people? Now, if you're struggling, I can give you their initials. And I was umming and ahhing about whether to give you the initials or not. If you want the initials are there for you. And I can give you those initials. But if you don't want the initials, if you wanna eyeball it, feel free to do that as well. Let me know if you're struggling. And then the question number 5, nice and simple, who's the odd one out and why? Nice and simple. Sometimes you just got to calm down, haven't you? Just got to calm down. Just got to say, hey, not me. You're doing your best, bud. You're doing your best. And no one can ask you to do any more than that. And if they are asking you to do more than that, they're being unkind. Yeah? Unreasonable. Overall, it's about finding the positives, isn't it? It's about finding the positives. I'm sitting here. I'm talking to people around the world. People are having a great time, I assume. I'm not going to check how many people are watching, because sometimes I do find that quite demoralizing. I've got a belly full of delicious chocolatey breakfast cereal. I have some lovely mucklucks on my feet, which are wonderfully warming slippers. Live-tainment. It's you take the rough with the smooth with live-tainment, don't you, Nano Hobbob? That's an absolutely excellent point. You're totes doing your best. Thank you, TB. Thank you. I'm hearing no calls for the initials here, which means hopefully you guys are doing pretty well with this. That's exciting. I think that's enough time. And then the musing here. Oh, it's a little bit off to the side. Who is your dream Oscars host? Who would you like to host the Oscars? If you could pick anybody. SJ Beck 72, Living Your Best Life from Maple Panda. Maple Panda is with SJ Beck 72? My God. Is this some kind of watch party? It's exciting to have an I Am Smart, the Notme quiz watch party. That's wonderfully exciting. And yeah, I'm trying. Hopefully this isn't the best possible life. Because if I'm living my best possible life, then I can only keep it going as good as this and maybe drop. But if best life at the moment, it's a collab. My God, I love that abbreviation. It's a collab. It's up there with legit. Love that. Every time someone says, I legit wanted to... Oh, doesn't make me want to throw up at all. SJBet72, they're all the rage these days. That's fantastic. I'm bringing people together, guys. Who can ask for more than that? Who can ask for more than that? No, I could. I could ask for more than that. But maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that's a point that SJBet72 is trying to make. And maybe that's a point that I should receive well. Lovely stuff. That's the end of the rounds, guys. That's the end of the rounds. My word. I would just like to say at this point, post-round pre-answers, for all the UK people out there, a happy Mother's Day to all of the UK mothers out there. It's a wonderful day, Mothering Sunday. I have sent my traditional email to my mother with I like to do a portrait each year because she does buy herself a lot of things, so it's difficult to purchase her presents. So I just like to send a portrait of myself to just let her know where I'm at. And I sent that to the most recent email address that I have for her. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I am still waiting to hear back about a couple of previous years as well. So I'm not going to hold my breath, but I hope she gets it. I hope she enjoys it. This one I decided to go not topless. I've gone topless a few times in the past. Not quite sure why. I suppose it's just how the muses moved me. But today it was it was a kitchen-based thing. I won't bore you with the details, but I would like to say a wonderful Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. However, what I would say is that from going around on social media, I have realized that Mother's Day can be quite a difficult time for some people. Yeah. So I'm gonna broaden this out. I'm gonna say Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. First and foremost, that's easy, nice and simple. I'm gonna say Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers who don't really get on with their kids. That's fine as well. That's your right to not get on with your kids. There's a lot of kids out there that I really don't like the look of, and that's fine. I understand that entirely. Happy Mother's Day to people who don't have their mothers anymore. That's fine. Mothers, older people pass on. It's the way of life. Okay, so Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to the people who don't like their mothers. Sure, why not? I don't want to exclude you at all. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to all the fathers out there. Yeah, because where would mothers be without fathers? So Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to those who were born in test tubes, who had no actual mothers and are the results of science experiments. Absolutely. Should you be excluded from today? No. So ultimately, and this is Mothering Sunday in the UK. Oh, outside of the UK? No. Happy Mother's Day to all the people who aren't living in the UK. So I suppose ultimately what I'm saying here is Happy Mother's Day to literally everybody on the planet. Yeah? I don't want to exclude people. That's not the guy I am. So Happy Mother's Day to literally everybody. Should we get on with some answers? Let's get on with some answers. What round did we have first? We had Haiku's Day first, I believe. My gosh and goomans. Let's get that musing in there. Picture movie that would definitely be nominated for Best Picture. I feel like maybe we should have done that one last. That's a really nice musing. But we didn't, and we just got to live with that. Don't say that out loud, guys. Get it in the chat. That's what I want. I want you to get it in the chat. Pitch me a movie that would definitely be nominated for Best Picture while I go through some of these answers. Haiku number 1. Why is it racist? Because the black guy's smart and the driver ain't. This is quite a controversial one from a few years ago. Some people didn't like it. I thought the movie was absolutely delightful. Love the part where the white guy taught the black guy about jazz. It is, of course, Green Book. Green Book, very interesting, very entertaining film. Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali, wonderful performances in that. It's just about two people getting on, ultimately. Two people learning to get on. Number 2, he's an evil man who murders with a gas tank. And what a haircut. It is, of course, No Country for Old Men. I'm talking about Anton Chigurh, the terrifying character played by Javier Bardem. A real big guy. And he kind of gets away with everything in the film. Spoiler alert, which is a real shame. Made me quite annoyed, but then that's a very valid emotion to engender in somebody from watching a film. That's why it got Best Picture. Number 3, she's deaf and in love and teaches us a lesson. Don't sex a fish, man. It is, of course, The Shape of Water. Sally Hawkins providing a really touching performance, really, really heartbreaking performance of a woman who just feels a little bit lost, a little bit out of sorts, and befriends a fish monster and then makes love to the fish monster. So I thought it was a very important film at teaching us about the dangers of illicit romantic underclothes touching. It's not that great, guys. Pretty much generally just leads to negative emotions, especially outside of your own species. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Resist the urge is the message of that film, and it's one that I learned very strongly. Number 4, it's Razzle Dazzle with untrustworthy women in fishnet stockings. Untrustworthy women could be lots of films. You're absolutely right there. But this one I was referring to is Chicago. Fishnet stockings, very known for it. Razzle Dazzle, that's the name of one of the big songs in it because it is a musical. But untrustworthy women, you betcha, it's got them by the pair. Number 5, racism is bad and we're all different races. Makes you think, kinda. Again, a controversial one. A lot of people didn't think that this deserved to win Best Picture, but Crash did. 2006, I want to say, 5, 6, 7, something around there. Beat Brokeback Mountain. It beat Brokeback Mountain. Oscars thought racism, let's tackle that first, then let's move on to homosexuality. One issue at a time, guys. One issue at a time. So those are the 5. 1 point for each of those that you got right. Well done if you got some of those right. Some of them are a little bit tricky, I think. Sometimes with the naming. Could be tricky. So 1 point for each of them. And 1 point if you get for a haiku, for a musing, if it's good enough. But let's have a look at them. SJ Beck 72. You take your time getting your musing in. But I would like to have a few more musings this week. Last time you're a little bit sparing with the musings, and I say, do you know what? Get in there. Don't stop second guessing yourself. The only way to avoid criticism is by doing nothing. And what kind of life is that? That's what I would say. Nana Hobbob says, Meryl Streep plays Amelia Earhart, returning after decades of being presumed dead. Wow. Elderly Amelia Earhart. I'm in. You've got me in already. The film explores her life making a new identity for herself, perhaps becoming an engineer for Boeing in Seattle. Lovely. Using her aviation knowledge, Amelia Earhart, although, most famously did Crash. So maybe she's still got a little bit to learn. And befriending Jimi Hendrix. Now that's the odd couple that a Hollywood producer would look at that and say, I love it. It just needs that little bit of whimsy. Bang, Jimi Hendrix straight in there. That's lovely. And, you've used the cheat code there, Nana Hobbob, and I don't begrudge you for doing it. Just dropping in Meryl Streep. Drop Meryl Streep in there. Bang. The awards will come. That's great. It could be Meryl Streep in a sequel to Dudes. It could be casting Meryl Streep in a sequel to Dude, Where's My Car? And the Academy Committee would be like, oh, well, it's not really the stuff that we like, but it's Meryl Streep. What are we going to do? What are we supposed to do, guys? Definitely not Duda. A biopic of Notme's life. Wow. Yeah, I think it would. I think that would be really good. I think if we did it like that weird Clint Eastwood film about the bombs, about the people that took down the bombers on a Paris train, and actually just cast the people who were in it, and it's like, is this just a reconstruction? And Clint Eastwood says, "I'm old, just leave me alone." I think that could really work because, as we all know, I'm an incredible actor. I could play myself from, probably the age of 6 up. I want to say 6 up. I could do it. CG these days. If they can turn Bradley Cooper into a raccoon, I think we can turn me into a 6-year-old version of myself. But yeah, that's great. That's a great chat. I like that a lot. TB Douglas, Leo DiCaprio, again, is this using the cheat codes here? And that is to your credit. As Charles Dickens, he'd have a wonderful London accent. What accent work has... He did a bit of an accent in Django. He probably did accents in some other ones. There's a little bit of an accent in The Departed. The Departed. But yeah, I think if he knuckles down to it, absolutely he could get the nomination on that basis alone. Best London accent by an American. Yeah. And Dickens, what a life. What a life. That's great. Cameraman George, I'd watch that. I'd watch it as well. But you... Cameraman George is obviously a fan. So maybe a little... Even after living with me. Points all around for everybody who put a musing in. Points all around to you guys. Let's go to Gimme 5. The musing was, what statement would you make in your Academy Award acceptance speech? Or just some deets. Just give me some deets. Give me some deets about your Academy Award acceptance speech. Just tell me some stuff about it. Just some stuff. Get it in the chat. The question was, give me 5 Academy Award acting nominees from the 2021 ceremony. Well done if you got this one. You could have had any of these people. Lakeith Stansfield, Frances McDormand, Viola Davis, Glenn Close, Olivia Colman, Amanda Seyfried, Anthony Hopkins, Riz Ahmed, Chadwick Boseman, Gary Oldman, Stephen Yeun, Daniel Kaluuya, Sacha Baron Cohen, Leslie Odom Jr., Paul Raci, Andra Day, Vanessa Kirby, Carey Mulligan, Yoo Jung-yoon, Maria Bakalova from the Borat film. Gosh, any 5 of these are going to get you those points. Although fewer than 5, if you get 3 of them, have 3 points. If you get 7 of them, have 5 points. But let me know if you got more than 5, because you deserve some croc points. The kind of points that just give you that swagger as if you're wearing a lovely, lovely pair of Crocs. And let's go. Oh, there is a bit of a delay, isn't there? Normally you guys are quicker than this, so I assume this is... I'm going to put it down to technical difficulties and not... so this is from the Sound of Music, the Riz Ahmed one, the Power of Music, the Sound of Silence. What was it called? Riz Ahmed. What was it called? Oh yeah, just take a million years, Firefox. That's okay. My gosh, this is taking forever. I mean, if nothing else, this should really just show you guys... Oh, an error occurred. Oh, that's good. This should really just show you guys how important you are. I'm not going to look that up. How important you guys are to the running of the show. Because when we don't have you, we don't have nothing. Sound of Metal says definitely not Duda. Thank you. Thank you for that. Sound of Metal. Yeah. About the deaf. Yeah, it's good. Definitely also says, my speech would be made up of bits and quotes from all the most famous previous speeches. Yes. So you could come out and you could say, you love me, you really love me, but also you really love an actress that I've paid to dress up in Native American attire to make a point about Native Americanness. And also, I'm going to cry also I'm going to, say that this is much bigger than me. This is about all black women. This is about all the black women that have come before me. Halle Berry. Trying to think of some other ones. I suppose that's it. And then you'd finish by saying, I'm the king of the world. And everyone would go, oh, well done, James. Well done, James. Yeah, I think it'd work. How could that not work? If these, if you're doing, it's essentially a greatest hits. And that's the best album that any band comes out with, is their greatest hits. So that's being smart. That's being smart. T.B. Douglas, I'd make a statement about how Hollywood idolizes beauty and how meaningless it is just to make everyone feel a little self-conscious. That's great. On the night that they will have spent more time than any other getting ready and trying to look beautiful, TB comes out and says, shame. Shame. You would have to come out looking rough though, TB. You'd have to come out makeupless a la Alicia Keys, and maybe wearing jeans and a comfortable top, maybe a hoodie, and say, do you know what, guys? Do you know what? Doesn't matter if you're not beautiful. Just, it's about the work. And you could cite some of Hollywood's finest ugly performances. Cameron Diaz in Being John Malkovich, Charlize Theron in Monster, Christian Bale in most of the films that he does. Actually, he's not one for tarting himself up outside of American Psycho. Jeremy Renner in the Avengers movies when he has that hair. Yeah, that's great. That's a powerful statement being made there by TB. Lovely. Nana says, I'd use my speech time to raise awareness for the importance that live-tainment plays in our lives and the heroes who dedicate some of their spare time to keeping us entertained and informed. Lie. Guys, are you trying to give me a breakdown here? I needed to hear that. The importance that live-tainment plays in the lives of very few is... That's why I do it. To be mentioned at the Oscars, Nana, thank you for that. Whew! And I think points all round, guys. I think points all round for all of those. Lovely, lovely stuff. Anything from SJBX72? No. Never mind. Final round, guys. Odd one out. The musing was, who's your dream Oscars host? Who is your dream host of the Oscars? Oh, I knew I was going to do that. Thank you, guys. Get it in the chat. Guys. I want it in the chat. Thank you. That's why I do it. They always say if you can make, one person happy, then it's all worth it. I think I'm consistently making 3 people happy. 4 if you include myself. Who's your dream Oscars host, guys? Who is your dream Oscars host? Let's do it. We go through the answers here. Who are these people? Number 1 is Mr. Anthony Hopkins, Sir Anthony Hopkins, if I may. Number 2, of course, Christian Bale. I just mentioned him. He just shows up. Daniel Day-Lewis. That's a hyphenated surname. So his initials are just DD. Not DDL, just DD. And then the final one, probably the trickiest one here, Mr. Frank Langella. So those are the answers. Those are who the people are. Maybe a bit of an easy one this week. Maybe a bit of an easy one for that. But who was the odd one out? It was Mr. Christian Bale. But why was it Christian Bale? Why is Christian Bale the odd one out? Drum roll, please. Christian Bale has never been Oscar nominated for playing a president. Anthony Hopkins was Oscar nominated. Hopefully the police are going to arrest Spectrum for giving me such terrible broadband. I must do stand-up. Anthony Hopkins was Oscar nominated for playing Tricky Dicky, Richard Nixon. Daniel Day-Lewis was nominated and won for playing Abraham Lincoln in the film Lincoln. Did he win? Pretty sure he won for that. It's immaterial. Frank Langella was also nominated for playing Richard Nixon in Frost v. Nixon. Christian Bale was nominated and won for playing Dick Cheney, who the film... Whoa! Whoa! Nana Hobbob. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's very generous. Very, very generous. Even on a technically subpar show. That was really nice. Gosh, what an emotional show today. What an emotional show. Bale played Dick Cheney, who was posited in the film, was actually more of a president during George W. Bush's presidency than George W. Bush. So, well done if you got that one right. I was initially going to put Sam Rockwell in, but then, instead of Anthony Hopkins, because he was Oscar nominated for playing George W. Bush in the same film in Vice, but then I realized it could have been he was they're Oscar winners. Bale has won an Oscar, Rockwell had won an Oscar, Daniel Day-Lewis has obviously won about 6 or 7, and Frank Langella's never won an Oscar. So that would have been a legitimate Oscar-based thing. It's tricky. I'm still working out the kinks with this one. If there are other odd one out possibilities that you thought of, please let me know, because I would be interested in hearing them. And then if they're legit, there's that word again, we can absolutely negotiate a fair price. We can negotiate a fair price here. Technically subpar, but creatively superb. Thank you, definitely. That's a lovely comment. That's a really nice comment. Thank you. Creatively superb. That's what I like to bring. So what have we got for this, what have we got for this musing? Dream Oscars host. Definitely not Duda. Lizzo and Harry Styles. Wowzers. What a pairing that would be. A lot of differences there. A lot of differences, but a lot of similarities as well. And would certainly bring a certain creative verve. Maybe be worth it just for the outfits alone. And for the stuffy, the town fathers who cluck their tongues and stroke their beards and say, "Oh my gosh, is this a black woman hosting the Oscars? Is this an overweight black woman hosting the Oscars? Is this a man wearing a dress hosting the Oscars? Is this 2 pop stars hosting the Oscars? Is one of these English?" A lot of controversy, but good controversy, the kind of controversy that spurs change. Morgan Freeman says, Nana Hobart, lovely. Just, you'd be relaxed and you'd just be in safe hands. And if there was, dare I to dream, if there was an opening musical number. I've never heard Morgan Freeman sing, but I know that he's a big jazz fan. So to get some kind of jazz classic about the Oscar-nominated films of that year, sung by Morgan Freeman, I mean, what else can you ask for? What else can you ask for? The answer, maybe some dancing. Maybe he brings it out, like Christopher Walken. No one would have known Christopher Walken could dance before the Weapon of Choice video. But then bang, there he is. He's flying. Maybe Morgan Freeman could fly over the audience. Just as a kind of, again, just crop dusting his relaxing, I'm Morgan Freeman. Welcome to the Oscars. All of these films are wonderfully made. All of the people are well dressed. Except for T.B. Douglas, who appears to be making some kind of statement. Something like that. Just be loved, just be like a warm hug. Just everyone, just get in your jammies. Just get in your jammies. Morgan's going to tell us a story. And for you to be told, oh, you haven't won an Oscar, but if it's Morgan Freeman, I'm afraid you have not won the Oscar. You think, oh, that's fine, Morgan. I'm just happy to be nominated. Lovely stuff. T.B. Douglas. Tiffany Haddish. I think she would not take it too seriously and would ask some awkward questions. I think she would. I think she would challenge the authorities of the Oscars. Who are the hosts this year? There's multiples, aren't there? I believe definitely alluded to this. Oh, Regina Hall, Wanda Sykes. Okay. Everything else. And Amy Schumer. Okay. So Tiffany Haddish, maybe that's a little bit insensitive on my part, but yeah, I think that would be a good one as well. She certainly wouldn't take it too seriously. That opening monologue would absolutely zing, and she's been in some really good films, I think. Lovely stuff. Points all round again. Nana Hobble, Christian Bale was R1 out for me because, to my knowledge, he's the only one who's launched an on-set tirade against Bruce. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's not connected to the Oscars, though. I will say that's not connected to the Oscars because I don't believe they currently have a category for best on-set tirade. If they did, obviously he'd be very decorated for that. He's known for it. Very passionate man. But yeah, not the one that I was looking for. And if that is what you wrote, I'm not going to give you the point for that. With respect, I'm not going to give you the point for that. Definitely not do that. Spot on Freeman. You're damn right. It's something that I've worked on for some time. I used to have, when I booted up my computer when I was a younger man, I used to have his little speech from Shawshank Redemption that would just play every single time, just because it turn on the computer and they're like, oh, you're greeted with which one was it? There's two of them. In 1964, Andy Dufresne escaped from Shawshank Prison. All they found of him was a muddy set of prison clothes, a bar of soap, and an old rock hammer, damn near worn down to the nub. I remember thinking it would take a man 600 years to tunnel through the wall with it. Old Andy did it in less than 20. Wonderful stuff. We've only got a minute to win it, guys, so let's do it. What a category that would be, says Nana. Absolutely, what a category. Be an exciting category. Do we have the chat box on? We have the chat box on. Okay, good. It's a minute to win it, guys. It's the most exciting minute in quiz show history. Do I say history or just today? I'm going to say history. Prove me wrong. That's the modern way, isn't it? I'm just going to make a statement, unsure of whether it's the truth or not. I'm just going to wait for someone to prove me wrong. I'm going to give you a category. All you need to do is make as many guesses as to what element of that category I've chosen. So we've got a light box down here with a name on it. Okay? And all you need to, I'm going to give you a category over here. Then you need to read my mind. Get inside this mind. This is a very creatively vivacious mind. And I need you to get in here and extract the information. Historically, it happens on the first guess. That has happened about half the times that we've done this, incredibly, because I'm such an open book and got quite an expansive forehead. I'm owning it. So we talked about Lizzo. We talked about Harry Styles. We talked about the wonderful Morgan Freeman. We talked about the wonderful Tiffany Haddish. Just love to spend just a few hours in her company. I don't think she'd get exhausting at all. These are speculative Oscars hosts. What I'm looking for... No. Oh, I changed that. Oh, this is from last week. This is from the last episode. Oh, Lord. That was from last episode. So this is this is the thing that I... Oh, you've got to laugh sometimes, haven't you? You've got to laugh. So I changed this, and then Streamlabs shut down. So clearly when it shut down, it didn't remember that I'd changed this. So instead, the topic is not jobs that Ken had. And if you missed out on last episode, you're going to feel really bad about that because that was a great category. But I'm looking for Oscars hosts. Anybody who has hosted the Oscars, guys, get into my head and extract the information. Anyone who has hosted the Oscars, each guest has to be in its own chat message. So guess, enter, guess, enter, guess, enter. Let's get going. This could go really terribly because of the delay, but that's absolutely fine. We're just going to do whatever we can. We're going to work through whatever answers you're able to provide. Let's just do it. Get in here. It doesn't look like any are going through. 15 seconds in. Billy Crystal, we're straight up. We're in there. We're in there. Everybody wants to go Billy Crystal. He's hosted it a lot of times. That's why. Who else have we got? Ricky Gervais says, definitely not due to. Tina Fey says TB Douglas. Who else have we got? Amy Poehler, Ellen DeGeneres. Who's hosted the Oscars? Who's hosted it? Robin Williams, question mark. We're already getting into guesses. That's fine. Seth MacFarlane, that's a great guess. TB Douglas. Wonderful. Whoopi Goldberg. Well done. Lovely stuff. Eminem. Not sure that that's correct, but that's Anne Hathaway. Lovely. James Franco. Yes. That is a minute, but we're going to wait for a few more to come through because technically things are a little bit ropey this week. So let's get these last few guesses in. Letterman, yes. Jackman, lovely. Are there any more coming through? I'm trusting you guys. Jon Stewart. Let's see. Luther Vandross. Maybe? I don't know. And let's see. Let's get our ducks in a row. Here's the thing. Steve Martin. Gosh, if they're still coming through, then that's definitely not Duda. At the death. Right at the end. Saves it with Hugh Jackman from 2009, I think. 2009. Very memorable opening song for Hugh Jackman, where he's singing about, what was it, The Wrestler that year, Frost versus Nixon. The Incredible Case of Benjamin Button, The Reader. He did a very funny bit about The Reader. He was singing and dancing about The Reader, and people came out in silver lame jumpsuits. You think, well, this isn't The Reader. That's about an old Nazi woman. But then it turns out that he says, I haven't seen The Reader. I tried to go and see it, but there was a line from people watching Iron Man a second time. The Reader. If you haven't seen it, I heartily recommend you do so. Woohoo, says definitely not Duda. Amazing, says Nana Hobbob. That is art, says TB Douglas. And you can't say fairer than that. Let's head back to Maine. So you've got all the points, guys. There's an extra 2 points to definitely. Well done, definitely. So whilst you're totting up your scores, guys, I want to remind you. Let's get the chat box on so we can talk about our scores. I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself, okay? There's no point threshold to being smart. If you have got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. It becomes successful when you say, yeah, that's great. You remember that from Greg P. Russell? 16-time Oscar nominee, never won. He's not doing it for that. He's doing it for the love of mixing sound. If you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No two ways about it, guys. And if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, after the fact, when it's not Sunday the 27th of March, then make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below. I would love to hear how you did. TB 15 for me today. Definitely not doing a 16 and a hop up 7. Wow, needed those 2 points. Yeah, that's excitement. That is excitement. Lovely, lovely stuff. And I think all of you are smart. Oh, I guess 10. I mean, you can't just make it up, Nana. I guess 10. You can't just add 3 on just because you want to be... SJBeck72, the collab became complex, so we are not measuring numerically. Okay, well, I'd be happy to receive some scores using some other metric. Maybe dance, or an animal, perhaps, or some kind of flavor of crisp, or potato chip if you're American. How do you want to express your scores, SJBeck72? And I'll just say straight off the bat, SJBeck72, don't you dare give yourself any points for any musings, because you didn't put them in the chat. If you don't submit the musings, you don't get it, okay? Definitely not who to know. He did get 10. He got confused. I forgot how Odd One Out was working this time. Yeah, it's I mean, that's okay. That's fair enough. And do you know what? Hand on heart, I can't tell you that that's exactly how it's going to work next time either, because it's still. I mean, do we enjoy Odd One Out? Are we pleased with Odd One Out? We think it works. I mean, there's obviously a nice little. We've got a nice little roster of regular rotating rounds that we're working with. You know, I try and keep it fresh. I try and keep it funky. We've got another idea for another one that I'm going to be doing hopefully for next week. But yeah, let me know. Let me know. Any reviews of any rounds also, if you think, do you know what, this one isn't quite working, or I think this one would work better if, feel free to let me know. Feel free to let me know. TB liked it. Well, that's good. Yeah, it says definitely not Duda. That's lovely as well. Well, thank you very much, guys, for joining me. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something. It's a hoot and a thinker. That's, I mean, ultimately, that's what this is. It's a hoot and a thinker, yeah? Half hoot, half thinker. I am smart, the Notme quiz. SJBeck72, we collectively mused and scored muffins, raspberry cake, scones, and bath buns. Okay. A bath bun's just like a normal bum, but wet and sudsy? I don't know. But thank you very much for watching, whether it was during a collab or playing individ. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something. And I hope you felt creative all at the same time. Okay? I am Notme. I am Art. And I hope that you'll join me next time. Same place, twitch.tv/iamnotme, I am Art, where you'll have another opportunity to improve yourself through art and through learning and say to yourself, yeah, baby, I am smart. Thank you very much to everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though Prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart,